You've seen an awful lot more tech at an earlier age than I did. We didn't have computers when I was at school. When I did my O-level computers, we used to have to go to the local college to actually use the computer because we hadn't got any in at school. So what we had to do, and I don't know whether you've seen them, punch cards. We actually had to program on punch cards. So you'd have a pencil and you'd mark off your code on the punch card, then you'd send a whole deck of these things to the college and hope that you got your coding right, because if you didn't, your program wouldn't run and you'd just get an error message coming back with it the next week. So, you know, you've seen an awful lot more tech at an earlier age than I did, but I love it because it's never static. It never stays the same. There's always something to learn. There's always something to try out. There's always something to play with. I was at the skills show last year at the NEC. I've never been to anything that big in all my life. I mean, there were, you know, tens of thousands of students at the skills show, and you've got all of the armed forces were there, you've got all the tech people there, the BBC were there, you've got every subject matter. So there were things for beauty, for hairdressing, for fashion, for the entire lot, and you could walk around and children could see what they were interested in. Well, on our stand we had robots. So we had a couple of artificial intelligence robots, and these robots, they're about so tall. They are made kind of to look like a human, but they don't want them to look too human so that they could be mistaken for a person. But they use those now, they're developing them to work with kids who are autistic. So where autistic kids need repetition, and they need somebody who can be calm, they need a calm voice, and they need reading to and things like that, they're starting to use these robots to work with kids who've got autism, because actually that works quite well. As a human, we tend to get bored if we've got to do the same thing over and over and over again. A computer doesn't. So a robot that's AI is an ideal solution to help in part with people who've got those kinds of disabilities. So there are all sorts of uses for tech all around the world. And if it is something that you're interested in, just come and talk to me, because we are really keen to see who we can help to get through into an employer, into a career in tech. And we also know that a lot of our members within CompTIA, they struggle to recruit good staff. They're struggling to get people who want to come into the industry, who have a real keen desire to learn about tech. It's not a walkover. You do have to work hard, but it's immensely rewarding. It's great, great fun, and it's never boring, never boring. So people think about tech in that way as well. They think, you know, tech, boys, men, not girls, women. Why should it be that way? So what I'm all about is trying to break that mould and make people think about what they say, how they say it, and the message that they put across. Because it isn't all about men. And to be a director, you don't have to be a man, you can be a woman. And we need more female directors, we need more women who want to rise to that level, who want to be different and set the world alight. So it's about just thinking when you use words and thinking when you use pictures as well. If you see tech, a lot of images are boys and men. Not a lot of them are girls, unless it's around marketing. And there are a lot more girls and women who go into the digital marketing side of it than boys, and that's great, but we need to take the world over as well when it comes to all the other aspects of tech. But just to achieve balance, it's not about saying that women are better than men, it's not about saying that girls are better than boys, but equally, boys and men are not better than women. We're just different. We have skills, they have skills. They're just different skills. But if you want teams that work well together, and as businesses develop and as you go through your careers, then the companies that you work with or the companies that you set up, the best ones of those will be the ones that have gender diversity, the ones that have equal balances of men and women, because we do have different skill sets, but they complement each other.